couple of best practices that I want to mention for working with images. The two main color spaces that you'll see when working with images are CMYK and RGB. CMYK is a print-based color space. The C refers to cyan, the M to magenta, the Y to yellow, and the K to black. And these refer to the separations in a commercial printer or also the separations in mini printers, in mini home printers. You may have an inkjet printer at home that has cyan, magenta, yellow, and black as the basis for its printing. This is sort of a traditional system where red, or in this case magenta, and blue, in this case cyan, make purple, red and yellow make orange, blue and yellow make green. So it's sort of an easy way to think about it, kind of like what you might have learned in elementary school. RGB, on the other hand, is a light-based color system where the R, G, and B stand for red, green, and blue, the primary colors of light. You may think back to something like a high school physics class where you were shining beams through different lenses to try to create different colors. This is how RGB works. I find RGB a little harder to work in just because it seems less intuitive to me. I'm more familiar with the print-based system, the CMYK. But you can work in either medium. The thing to remember is that CMYK is usually best for images that are used in documents intended for print. RGB is usually best used in documents that are intended for the web. And so if you're editing your image, you can choose those accordingly based on the final intention of the document. Most printing services and also web services these days will be able to recognize images in either color space, but you may see slight variations in color because the two spectrums don't exactly overlap. So if your document is intended for dual purposes, both print and web, it's okay to pick one and work with it. These days, most commercial printers are able to handle RGB images or should be able to give you advice for working with RGB. And most web applications will take a CMYK image and just display it in the closest RGB colors.